All right. Hope everybody doing good. We're gonna do another video. And yesterday, um, I had put a lot of thought, and I like to put a lot of thought into stuff before I even. Let me bring it up a little closer. I like that. There we go. That's about right now. But yeah, I like to put a lot of thought into what I'm gonna, as far as present as my content, as far as what I'm gonna say, and all this stuff. It's pretty much I'm just brainstorming, trying to get my audience, trying to get the people that I come in contact with, and the people that I don't sold dogs to. I still try to stay in contact because I like to see how my dogs in their possession acting, and how they responding, corresponding to the owner and all that stuff. So that'll give me future preferences of what I really want to do as far as in my future program. But the title of this going to be is probably, I thought about it yesterday. The title is going to be this is you are the examiner. You are the evaluator of your dog. Um, So whenever you get these dogs, you have to examine your dogs. You have to be an evaluator because you want to see the traits and everything come out. Um, that's one of the biggest things, man, seeing them traits come out. You just can't just have a dog and don't see nothing. I don't care what type of breed you get. You still want to see traits come out, especially if it's a Labrador. You want to see fetching. You want to see, a high-sprung dog. You want to see just different other things, because I don't know nothing about Labradors like that, but they are definitely a good breed of dogs. But I had one before, a long time ago, but I know that dog was just high energy, could climb a tree, all this type of stuff. But that American Pit Bull, that's my specialty. That's what I like. That's what I'm still learning so much about these dogs. But you are the evaluator. You are the examiner of the dog, man. And so you have to examine these dogs when you get them, because if you don't pay attention to what they doing or what they like doing, like you don't. Sometimes you just sit back and look at them and see what they doing, see if they got alertness, see if they got um, a good attention span. And what I say, because some dogs they can definitely get bored easy. Far as if you're not working with them, they can get bored. And then you got some dogs, they gonna work. They gonna have their alertness. They gonna work. If they got a flirt pole, you got hung up on a tree, they gonna be working. Or if you throw a ball or any type of toy out there, they gonna be working. So you gotta examine your dog, and you got to be evaluated of what your dog think they have, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses. You got to know these things, because if you don't know, you ain't gonna be able to have no good program, in my opinion. uh, and some dogs, man, or some strands or some bloods, you can pretty much see what you getting as puppies, or as they get older, you gonna see it. They gonna come out so strong. You got like, God, dog, I got this good dog. So but you have to be a good evaluator and good examiner in order to have a good program, in my opinion, because you want to see these dogs by sitting back and viewing them, seeing how these puppies act. Like, for example, um, I know Obsidian pups, they usually have their high prey drive around the 3.5, 4 months. They start just acting real good, acting fine, and then the smart start coming out, the intelligence start coming out, more and more, out of them dogs when at their age frame. And so, like I said, man, you just got to take time out to examine your dog, exactly. Because if you don't do it, then you pretty much don't really need one if you ain't gonna take the time out and examine it. Even when you have children, you got to examine where they strengths at. Like my daughter, I know where her strengths at all the time. I know what she like. I know what she wants. She don't like wearing shoes. So why would I buy her, a bunch of, shoes, like Jordan? Because I'm wasting my money, because she don't wear them. She like wearing Crocs and stuff and sandals. That's what she like doing. Boots and stuff like that. That's what she likes. So that's where I'm a give her what her strengths at. I'm gonna buy them things for her strengths. That's the way I like a dog. If he like to work, if she like to work, you put her on something that that's gonna work her. Even if it's just walking her 3-4 miles a day. Even if you taking her to the state park, you got trails. Cause I like to walk them in the state park. I just haven't done it in a while. But you like knowing that she like to exercise. And like I got one dog named Ralph. He does the same thing. He like doing some things, man. He like to exercise. He gonna work himself. Got a couple of them. A little female. That's all she do. Zoom. She staying busy all the time. She get intensified. She just moving. So you have to, like I said, man, and I'm gonna say this through all the video. You gotta examine. Got to be the examiner, and you got to be the evaluator, because that's gonna help you out in the long run when you doing all them two things, them specific things. You seeing these things statistically happen with your dogs. You're gonna get a lot of positive outlook when you start seeing these dogs having a good thing. And we can go on the negative thing, like if you seeing your dogs, one of your males, you say, well, he one of your top males, but he like biting on the chain and stuff like that. So you have to evaluate these things. So you want to say, okay, um, even though you might not want to breed him, but I think you still can. And the simple fact is, you breed him with another calm and cool, collective female, like that likes to, hopefully you can pull that trait out of there with that one female. He still got the high praise drive, he still got the workability, but sometimes he like to bite on the chain. So that's one of them things. And the only reason I say that, because I had a dog in that sense. His name was Sinclair's Frankie Knuckles, and I got him from my homeboy. And he would do that. The dog was just crazy, man. When I first got him, he was just like, he was just backed up in the corner. So I called my homeboy. I was like, man, I just don't really know if I'm gonna be able to, take this dog. And so what he gave to me an encouragement, he said, if you want to be a dog breeder, you're gonna figure it out. So I took that as a real, positive and constructive, feedback or statement. I took that as that, and then so as I kept trying to get him, he began to start taking a liking up to me, and he was already about like I say, when I got him, he was already probably about like 2.5, 3 already. So when you get them older dogs, they set into doing certain things. They prone to doing certain things, or they be stubborn, or they only gonna listen to the previous owner that they had. So but anyway, I worked it out with him, and he used to have a problem of when I come up to him, and I had to pop him sometime with the pan, because he would nip at me. But it wasn't nothing to and I had to learn that it wasn't nothing to where he was really trying to bite me. That's just what he was prone to doing. But I had to let him know, like, don't be biting me now, because if I'm feeding you now, you can't be doing that. So, but that was one of the bad traits, and he would bite on the chain. But I bred him to his niece, which is Jules. I bred him to her, and they had some good dogs. We was able to keep one out of that. A couple of them puppies they got killed. My little male, Alex the Great, he killed about 3 puppies. I don't know if he just thought they was a rat, or because they were small then. They were probably no more than about 8 weeks old. But one of them got out. He killed one. I was around the house. He killed one, and he killed another one. So when my homeboy passed away, I was able to get the other dog. But see, the other dog, his son wasn't even doing that. So that's how I know I balanced that trait out. And you definitely do it. And sometimes you got to do it. 2 breedings you might have to do it, but don't give up on something, because you got to think about it. What did the old dog men do when they had a bunch of these dogs that they had? All of them wasn't perfect. All of them definitely wasn't a balanced dog. A lot of them were probably imbalanced and crazy. This dog crazy right here. But they took chances, they took risks to figure some things out, and they strand by being a evaluator and an examiner. You know what I'm saying? They took time out. They were looking like, man, okay, this dog crazy, acting a certain way, she acting a certain way. How she gonna do with these pups, or how he gonna, this, that, and the third. And sometimes you breed dogs be so game and so dead game. You breed a female, if you ain't up on top of her, and monitor her all during the day or half of the days. She might try to jump on them. So I experienced that too because I had a game female. She was at a certain time when them puppies get probably like around probably about 3 months old. She wouldn't even take care of them no more. She would start biting them and all that stuff around the 3 months. So I had to learn, and she just wasn't no real good mom. Now the first 2 weeks, yeah, she was good, but after that third week or third week and a half or close to 4 weeks old, she like, look, get on. I don't did my job, and so you got to pay attention to all them things. That's why I say, man, the title of this is be a good evaluator and good examiner. And I think that's a big important part to having a successful breeding program, is you knowing what these dogs going to give you. And sometimes you sacrifice certain things off a particular dog, or to get what you want, because sometimes this dog may not be what you want to add in, but he got something that you need, and you might like, dang, I want to take this chance. And some people won't, some breeders won't, but I'm one of them breeders that I'll take a chance if I need it, and then I'll go from there. And hopefully a lot of times it does reflect on how you breed, and then sometimes it don't reflect on how you breed. So you just gotta take that chance, and that's life anyway. You gotta take chances. So but yeah, man. So man, I'm able to continue to keep trying to evaluate and examine my breed. And I want to breed world class athletes, man. That's one of my goals. I want to keep pushing for that. And I know breeding this Lonzo Green with Eli Bolio, and I'm gonna keep saying it in every video. They act a little skittish, so I've been trying to breed that little skittish out, because I want my dogs to have that welcoming, and no matter if they meet a stranger, or they should be able to wag their tail, and you know what I'm saying, but they still have the attributes, and they still have the great characteristics of their descendants, down in their gene pool. They still have all these things, but with sometimes whenever a lot of breeds, when they heavy inbreed, you get a lot of them imbalanced traits that's down up in there. And not saying the dog is not good or a great dog, but sometimes a lot of people don't want to take them chances with, I don't want that trait to. But see, you can always breed out a trait. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like I'd rather have on a bunch of clothes, and instead of have less clothes, 'cause I can take off clothes. You know what I'm saying? And then if I get back cold, I can put back on clothes instead of not having enough. So that's almost like the breed. I'd rather have this to see what I got, and I can evaluate it, and I can examine it the way I need to examine it, even off this one or these two particular dogs. But I'm like, I don't put my time, my effort in it, and I'm like, man, I want to give this dog a shot to see what he or she can produce, or seeing how they act. But if I know if I got a female that's not gonna take care of puppies, and I said she did bad with the first, I might not breed her again, depending on my circumstances. So I learned that from my homeboy. Depending on your circumstances of what you need at that particular time, you may take a risk in doing it, and it may be a big sacrifice, but it may help you in the long run. Like I'm gonna tell you about a story about he had a male that he really wanted to get back to his original line, which I say the Slim Jim and the Sinclair stuff is all they almost similar, or they almost identical, but they're not. They come off one dog, is the Blake's Damien dog, but the Slim Jim, they got a different, about 3-4 outs in there different, and then the Sinclair stuff is just Lonzo Greenwood with no outs. So, but he got a dog that they had shipped back that he bred a while back ago. The dog was probably about 2.5 when he got him, or maybe 2. So he spent the money to get him shipped in, and I don't know how much. We didn't discuss that, but he was wanting the male, but never got the male. Never got the male that he wanted, but he got girls. So I was encouraged. I'm like, man, look, as long as you got something out of the dog. And then he bred the dog. I think he only got 1 litter out of him. 2 females came out, and then he didn't never the male didn't never produce a male that he wanted to get back to his original stuff. But anyway, so that was a sacrifice that he made, and it didn't really necessarily go into his favor, but he was able to get something off the dog, and the dog ended up dying, so he didn't ever get breeding. Yeah, he bred him like 4 times, but only got one good litter off of him, and he was just like, man, I don't spend all this you know, he was kind of hot about it, and I understand, because once you sacrifice some things, you got money, time, then you got, you know, this, that, and the third. And then the guy that he got the dog from was asking, man, I want some pups. He was like, bruh, I'm trying to, you know, get what I can get out of it. You know, ain't nobody giving me money to do all this stuff. I'm feeding him, you know, I got him down, so et cetera, et cetera. And but he was able to still get two good females, and I forgot what dog he bred to get the two females off. I can't remember, but yeah, man. But that was a thing that he had to really do to get some things. But he was, the whole time he was examining his whole situation. He was evaluating his whole situation um, out of that. And you know, like I say, he didn't get what he wanted, because he wanted a male, but he was only producing females, and that's kind of crazy. It's kind of hard when you concentrate so much, you focus so much, and then it'd be the opposite what you get. So, and that's almost like every breeding. It's a 50-50 chance these dogs may not come out. I don't care how bad and good these females or you know males are. It's still a 50-50 chance these dogs, they might skip a generation, and they be some decent dogs. They don't be nothing like their parents. But then it's the other 50 you get, all of them might be like this. So that's the risk every time you taking a chance of breeding. But then sometimes you can have a breeding, you say, I know this gonna work, and it work. But yeah, man. So that's the name of the video. Is gonna be. This the name of the title of the video is being a good examiner and good evaluator. You have to be that, and that's just with life in general. You have to be that. You know, you gotta be examining the scenery, whoever you go around. You gotta be a good evaluator, evaluating things, the settings, evaluating your situation to better your situation, all these type of things. And that's just life, not just dealing with the dog aspect, because I try to put the dog aspect and my life aspect, how I live, into that one category, and boom, put them together. And so try to mush them together and make a good situation out of both. And sometimes I win off of, you know, both of them, and then sometimes I may lose off the dogs. But you know, again, you're gonna lose and gain in this dog world. This dog being a kennel owner, you're gonna lose and gain. Could be accidents. It could be something that's fatal, something that you got going on in your yard that you might not catch in time, and you lose a good couple of them. So that's why my mind is to really concentrate on procreating, breeding something that's brood stock. That's why I like brood stock, and I understand why they did what they did for us, because if they lose something, they can go right back and make this dog over with one breeding or maybe two breeds. And so, man, it's one of the beautiful things. So I continue to try to share information, the information that comes in my head, my thought, and I try to put it on this video so y'all can pretty much get to know how I feel about my kennels, my dogs, and where I'm going to, and what's my goal. You know, again, we try to do things over here right. We try to treat people with respect. That's the way my mom's taught me. And you know, even with the dogs, I try to tell you, I was like, look, if you don't like something, bring it back to me. That way we don't have to go through this where you talking about, well, he gave me a jacked up dog, or he gave me a dog and he knew this and all this stuff. Just give him back to me and I'll give you something else. We don't even got to go through that. We grown, and we supposed to do grown things, instead of, you know, trying to talk about. And that's, I think, a lot of times that's what messes up the dog game too, because when you get bad business messes up the game, because now, you know, this person, they got a bad dog, now they sharing, you know, all this situation. They feel like they're sharing it in confidential with a person that's, you know, talking about, saying, look, you got a dog from such kennel. He gave me a dog that ate doo-doo or something like that, and he said this dog was top notch, and now I'm calling him back saying what's going on. He don't answer the phone. I don't associate myself like that. If anything going on with the dog, I'll let you know. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Look, because that when I got everything on the forefront, or I got everything on the table, and you got everything on the table, you spending your time and your money on this animal, you know, and then he gonna be a part of your family or your working program or whatever. I want to give you the whole 100%. I'm not gonna give you no, just to sell a dog and get him out of my, you know. And so, and now if you do get a dog and I tell you this dog got maybe 1 or 2 bad traits, and you say, look, I still want him, I take a chance on him, now that's on you, you know. So, but I'm definitely gonna give you 100% truth, and I think that's the way to keep the dog game on a high pedestal when we start learning how to be truthful about that. So, but that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother video about being truthful. Everybody being truthful about that. I could do a whole nother video on that about being truthful, how it can make the dog game a lot better. And but I ain't gonna try to get off topic or whatever. But anyway, I think I did enough. I think I got enough what I had, because I've been working on, you know, getting that 10 building off. I got the upper little trailer I got to finish up too. So thought about it yesterday as I was doing the bottom taking out, and I was like, man, that'd be a good video to do. So, and I try to enclose some things while my mind thinking. I try to enclose it and try to put everything together while what I don't thought about in my head while I'm working, because I like to multitask and working. I'm thinking about this, and when I ain't got no music, I'm just thinking about these things. My ideas just start to shoot, you know. So I try to share it with y'all guys in my best ability. But yeah, man, you have to be a good examiner and a good evaluator if you want your breed to be successful, because if you don't, man, then you'll continue to, you know, fall short. And like I said, especially if you got some good stuff, man, and you don't breed it, and you don't complement it to the right stuff, because some strands can take that to where you don't complement it to the right stuff and still be successful. But some strands you have to complement it with the right stuff, or it won't work for you. And then you be like, I got this dog, now it's not working. I don't bred these offsprings. You know, like my homeboy, Slim Jim guy, he told me, he said, man, he had a phenomenal quicksand dog, female. She was phenomenal, but she didn't throw no puppies for him. So he like, I got rid of her. My opinion, if I spent the money, I don't know what he spent for or how he got her, I would have threw some other stuff that complimented her. And see, I think sometimes we trash a lot of stuff that's really good treasure stuff. We'll trash it, but we'll treasure stuff. Hold on, we'll trash stuff, but it'd be a treasure for somebody else. You just gotta find what these dogs complement each other for. The family of dogs, you got to figure it out, and some people don't want to take that time out. I'm a person, I like to take that time out to do it, especially if I get a dog I know she has good potential. What can I breed her to have good potential? Maybe. And then sometimes these dogs got good potential and they just don't throw you nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just don't throw you nothing. So now if they don't throw me nothing, I ain't gonna spend my time. But then sometimes that's not the case. But like, here we go back to that 50-50 thing. You know, the first half of 50, she really didn't throw nothing. So he might have would have said, I'm gonna just try this one more time. I'm gonna try this one more time and breed her to something else. You know, maybe a pure line breed, or maybe a pure dog, or something to breed her back. I can't remember how quicksand was bred, but I know, yeah, I do. I think I know it's some bolio stuff. That's how quicksand was bred, I think, and something like that, I think. But anyway, he said he bred her, man. She did, the pups wasn't that good, so he got rid of all the pups and he got rid of her. But I would have gave her another 50-50 chance. The other 50, she could have threw him out something on the next litter, you know, depending on what he bred her to. And I forgot what he said he bred her to, but anyway. But yeah, man. So but we gotta learn how to make an exception of being a good examiner and a good evaluator on our dogs, and that's through life. Period. We got to, in order to be successful, because sometimes we just go through the normal routine instead of the abnormal routine. And we don't try to switch nothing up. So the normal is just you doing the same routine, you know, every day, but you ain't trying to get better. You like, oh, I don't care. But then the abnormal stuff, you switching it up a little bit, trying to make your situation better for yourself. So I'm always trying to make my situation better. I'm always trying to be great every time I step foot at the creator of life. Give me breath, give me a mind. I'm always trying to be better through life, through situation. I'm trying to handle situation the right way by humbling myself, man. And so that's a beautiful thing. And some people I don't learn that you just not gonna make happy. You just ain't, man. So them the people I try to stay away from. I don't want to make happy. Whatever they happy with, stay with that. If I can't make you happy, and I'm the nicest person in the world, but also I could be the reckless person in the world too. And I try not to, I try not to battle with them too, because I understand what that can happen in the long run. But now I'm not gonna let you walk all over top of me. But I don't try to put my humbleness versus my ego tism. I try to keep them balanced, as one of them go up, one up go up, or keep the humble, right here. I don't let the egotism go farther than me, because then now I start losing focus, thinking, oh, I got it. The people, they need me, I don't need them, but with you always need the people, because they gonna do majority of the networking for you, especially if you're throwing out good product. Good dogs, they go through more than, they gonna tell, look, I think you should go get a dog at All Wheel Kennels of the Carolinas, man. I got one. Because it's gonna network through talk, through conversation. Where you get this dog from? Oh, I got it from All Wheels of Carolinas. Do you got his contact? So now that's why I try not to stay, let myself get too high, because I want to stay humble. I'm always willing to talk to people. People call me, and ask about stuff, and they, and I'm always gonna talk to them. I don't care if it's, business related, life related, or whatever. If they talking about a dog, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk good business. We're gonna talk good stuff about the dogs, what I'm trying to do, what they're wanting to do, as far as in the near future, wanting to purchase a puppy from us. Uh, but yeah, man. But my goal is to have world-class athletes, and I think by me keep on being a good evaluator and a good examiner of what I'm breeding, and also, what additions I can add to get me there. And I got some stuff in good mind that I got some plans. I got a lot of plans that can get me there. So, but stay tuned. I appreciate y'all taking the time out for this video. Like I said, the title of this video was being a good examiner, being a good evaluator, to exceed your kennel, exceed your future for your program. And you have to do that, man. You have to do that. And you gotta keep that fire rekindled in them dogs in order to have the best of the best. You got to, because if you don't, you start letting stuff, half breeding, you start letting stuff get watered down, then you start losing that percentage, man. And now you don't have good dogs, and all it's gonna take is a couple breedings to do that. It's gonna take a couple breeds to do that. Now you or you give somebody some stuff, and you might say, look, I ain't gonna breed such and such, but they might be breeding your stuff, but they might, they might not stay in contact with you. And then they water the stuff down. Now your stuff getting talked about. Like, didn't this come out for a such and such stop? Now you getting involved in it. You ain't got nothing to do with that situation. So that one person just allowed that stuff to go down just for the money. And this say, if he was getting the money aspect, his network, or his get some exposure was a little bit higher than mine, because he don't dealt with dogs back in the past. But then he started just breeding it to anything, and just for the money, because he don't been in everybody know him around the way, in different locations and different states. They say, well, he had this back in the day, he got back in, he got some of my stock. But now your name involved in that, just due to the fact of, hey, oh, Will Kennels of Carolina has some good stuff, but I'm getting it from him. I ain't really got nothing to do with that, what he done. He the one watered that down. I didn't. So again, it's a lot of stuff behind it. That's why, you try to put your dogs in the right hands, regardless, that's wanting to see these dogs prevail, wanting to see these dogs be at a high level, working class dog. You know what I'm saying? You want to see that. But big shout out goes to my man's Rich Sinclair Jr. I gotta give these guys props, man. Big shout out goes to Jeff Prosper. No, it's not Prosper. What is it? Prevost. I think that's how you pronounce it. Prevost Jeff Prevost, but his name was Slim Jim. And big shout out to Doug Williams. He was named Bullyfoot on some of them pedigrees up in there. The Lonzo Green with the Eli Bolio, but I gotta give these guys a shout out, man. I'm gonna continue to give these guys a shout out, man, because without y'all, I would never, learn some things by talking to all three gentlemen. But the most gentleman I talked to the most was Rich Sinclair Jr. I talked to him a lot, day to day, you know, sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours on the phone. Well, the most we done went probably about 2 hours and a half. And that wasn't like all the time, but we talked, out of 7 days out of the week, we gonna at least talk 3, 4 sometimes, depending on the situation. But he was a very good guy. He was a DJ, family man, gardener, dog man, had a high education, a little stubborn. And the only reason I would say stubborn because he's kind of like a New Yorker, the arrogance sometimes, but it wasn't like that. But you had to understand the man. That's the only reason I say that, because a lot of time we had talking on the phone, he would kind of get his voice would get pitchy, and I'm like, I ain't used to nobody getting pitchy with me, because the only time I'm used to somebody getting pitchy with me, I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm like that, so. But I had to understand him. I had to calm myself down to really understand who he was. You feel me? And I think sometimes we don't take the time out to humble ourselves to understand people, because some people can mean good and well, but you just have to understand them. Let me get out of here, man. I gave y'all 30 minutes of my conversation, my thought process. I'm pretty sure I could have did a little better, but we getting there. We definitely getting there. So I thank you for taking your time out to listen, man. That's important. You get to know all Will Kennels of the Carolinas and get to know what we about. We're going to continue to stay humble. We're going to continue to strive for greatness. We're going to continue to strive for better Bulldogs. We're going to continue to do that. We ain't going to let this stuff get watered down. And we're going to continue to try to put these in the right hands as much as possible. But y'all have a good day. Y'all have a rest of a good week. I definitely am. We're going to keep pushing. Keep pushing every chance we get up. All right, so peace.